He's just...
Oh no, that's a big fish. Welcome back, y'all. So we're gonna do some fishing on our local lake this afternoon. It's hot, it's the middle of July, and I'm gonna be giving you guys some tips on summer catfishing, so stay tuned. All right, y'all, so last time I shot a video out here on this lake, as soon as I got here, I hung up my cast net and lost it. So hopefully that doesn't happen again today, but I did get a brand new 10-foot cast net. And I'll give you guys a tip: when you get a new net, or if you got an old net that's starting to get stiff, soak it in some fabric softener for a few days. Just, fill a bucket up with water, put a few cups full of fabric softener in there and let it set for a few days. I mean, it makes your nets so soft and it makes them throw so much better, just a lot easier to handle. I prefer to use the scent-free kind of fabric softener because I really don't like my shad or whatever I'm catching to smell like fabric softener. So the scent-free kind is normally a little bit more expensive, but that's what I use on mine. Nets on the bottom. Let's see what we got. They are shad. Throwing right into the wind. And I did also bring a few frozen skipjack with us tonight, just because I like to have different options for bait. So we got our bait caught. We just got some rigs tied up. We're getting ready to go do some fishing. But before we get started, I want to explain to you guys a little bit about why we're going to be fishing the way we're fishing tonight. So this lake, the water temperature is about 90 degrees, and this lake has what's called a thermocline in it. And there's some videos that explain the scientific part of a thermocline. But basically what you need to know is there's a warm layer of water over a cooler layer of water. The majority of the oxygen is going to be in that warmer layer of water. So that's most likely where you're going to find the fish. So you definitely don't want to be fishing deep in a body of water that has a thermocline. And it looks like the thermocline tonight is at about 19 foot. You can really see it good on your 2D sonar if you turn the sensitivity up. And if you don't have a sonar, or if you're fishing off the bank, if you see somebody coming in off the water that looks like they're fishing, just ask them, and more than likely they're going to tell you if they know, because it's no secret or anything like that. A few different ways you can go about catfishing when you have a thermocline. One way is fishing under a bobber or a float. Another way would be fishing shallow water, like less than 10 foot. The thermocline's probably not going to affect water less than 10 foot. Or you can do what we're going to do tonight. We're going to be using planer boards, basically like a bobber, trolling at a slow speed, and keeping our baits in that warmer layer of water where the oxygen is. So I'll show you the rigs and stuff we're going to be using, and we're going to go catch some fish, hopefully. All right, so the rigs we're going to be using tonight, we have what is known as a high-low rig. Some people call it a Kentucky rig. But basically, we're going to be suspending this rig under a planer board at probably about 15 foot. We'll set some at 15, some a little deeper, some a little shallower, but right above that thermocline zone. And I like to use these rigs when I'm fishing this way, because you get for one, you can cover two different depths. Now, that's only like a foot apart, but you can tie these a lot longer and actually cover two different depths. And you're putting more scent in the water with two pieces of bait. So that's a great rig right there to learn how to tie, especially when you're fishing a lake that has a thermocline in it like this. So I'm using some 5-ounce weights just to keep the bait straight down under the planer board. And we're gonna be fishing some pretty small chunks of bait, about like that. Something we can still catch a big fish on, but you know, we can catch some 5-pounders on a bait that size pretty easy too. All right, so we're in 11 foot of water right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop my bait, or drop my weight down to the bottom and barely reel it up a little bit, so I know that it's at about 10 foot. And then we'll put our board on, and it'll be suspended. No matter what depth of water we're in, we're gonna end up in about 35 foot down here. That bait's still gonna be at 10 foot under that planer board. You can see these bigger planer boards, that 5 ounce weight doesn't bother them. All right, this side of the boat over here, we're gonna have skipjack. This side over here, we'll have shad. That'll be how we keep up with it. All right, so we've got our baits out, and we're just gonna pull these boards, cover a lot of water, hopefully run into some fish. And if any of you guys are curious, these are my medium action Tangling with Catfish rods that we're using tonight. And I'll have a link to those in the description below if anybody wants to check them out. Oh. He's up.
Oh, it's going down. You on there?
That's what I figured. So ever since we casted our baits out, every rod's been getting hit, but they haven't been able to get the hook. This little guy finally got the hook. Them kind right there will hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to let him go without getting stuck. Yeah, they've been, all the rods that have skipjack, those little ones like that, are tearing it up. I think we're gonna catch us a big one tonight before it's over. Or maybe not big, but a respectable fish.
Oh, there's something on there, little boy.
It's not much, but he slammed that rod. That's what I love about these medium action rods. They're a lot of fun.
Well, if we ever need to catch any eater fish.
Yeah, that's a perfect eater. Is it a blue? I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a pretty little blue. We'll put him back and let him grow up. So those 2 blue marks out there, those are my planer boards, and it looks like they're lit up, but all that is, that's actually just a little bit of reflective tape that I got off of Amazon. And a lot of people use glow sticks and stuff at night, but to me, the reflective tape's better because it's always on there, and you don't even know it's on there until you need it. So there's a tip for you guys that fish at night. Just a little bit of reflective tape makes a big difference. Look at that. Oh, that's a better one. Oh, he pulled a little bit, didn't he?
He might be over 10 pounds.
Yeah, he's definitely bigger. Like I said, each one's getting bigger. Hope it keeps going that way.
Yeah, I can run through a little pile of them.
Yeah, not a big one. I tell you what, if we were eating fish tonight, we'd have a mess of fish, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
He's probably the biggest one yet. It's so fun catching these kind of things on this kind of rod. This size fish.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Roll with it.
We're getting another bite over here, I think.
He's probably to be like a 5-pounder.
Oh, we're getting, there's the board. Oh, he's in the motor.
No, he's just not in the motor. He's just.
Oh no, that's a big fish.
Oh yeah.
He just hadn't started fighting yet.
Now he's fighting.
We got another one over here.
Oh, what? He's gonna drag nothing, man.
I gotta get the net.
Yeah. Oh, he's pulling. Why you said you wanted? That's not a bad fish. peeing all over me.
That's all right.
At least I hope it's peeing.
Heck yeah, that's a dang nice fish, Landon. I figured we'd get one if we stayed at it.
Well,
But as
we
you
got
get,
him.
yeah, that was on skipjack under a planer board. It's the only rod that I had skipjack on. This lake's got monsters in it, but it don't give them up very often. So that's a quality fish for this lake. There we go. We're gonna cut some more skipjack up and get back after it.
Angles you can put these rods in, these kind of rod holders.
Oh,
Oh, that's a big one there.
oh, it broke the line or something.
Broke it?
Broke the line.
Nah.
Yeah.
We never have that happen.
So we just had a rod get slammed and broke the line. You can pull this boat with this line. So it was obviously cut, or the planer board cut it or something. I don't know, but man, that hurt. And we got to go back and get our planer board. My heart is broken. All right, y'all, so I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. We've had a blast out here, but the action has slowed down. But I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget, catfish are not always bottom feeders, especially when you're dealing with this thermocline situation. You either have to fish shallow water 10 foot or less, or fish the top part of the water column. And it actually narrows down the areas that a fish can be, makes the lake fish like it's a lot smaller than it is. But don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content. God bless you all. We'll see you next time.